Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nirmadan. I'll be making a video for you guys over Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and more or less I'm going to be talking about the transition period that we'll soon be going into. I mean, we're kind of there right now, but, you know, we got a good couple of months before anything really effective starts happening. And what I mean by this, as you guys know, obviously the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 are the old generation of consoles, or, well, they're the current ones right now, but they'll be the old when December rolls around. But my main point is, you know, we're playing on software, hardware that is 5 to 8 years old in technology, and that's a pretty substantial amount of time. I mean, granted, I gave you guys a range, but, you know, like, you almost got to add a couple more years because you know that the consoles are not using what, you know, when they first came out, they weren't using the best technology. I mean, damn, when the new generation of consoles come out, they're still not even using the best. So, you know, there's something to look at that. I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of improvements by the software and hardware side of the new consoles, and hopefully a lot of the issues that we had with the current ones is going to be resolved. Like any of you guys that have played Xbox or PlayStation, I've been on both, and I've definitely experienced both. But when you're playing a game and you want to invite your friend or you want to resend a hater back some message, you know, you got to almost find a corner, which is pretty standard. But, you know, when you hit the main button, the main middle button, you know, the Xbox home or the PlayStation just menu button, you know, it takes forever to load stuff. Like, if you want to go find recent friends or recent players, like, you got to spend a good amount of time. You're going to be in that corner for probably a minute loading just the players because their cards take too long, and the secondary processor in the Xbox and PlayStation is just, it's garbage. It's terrible. It doesn't even do what it's supposed to do half of the time because it's so slow. It doesn't use enough energy to possibly compensate for the inevitabilities of how many people you've actually played with. And, you know, I'm hoping that the new generation of consoles will fix that. Of course, I don't imagine that this will be anything new. I imagine this will be something that's going to hopefully get resolved because the processor is going to be a lot more powerful inside of the, you know, newer consoles that are going to be coming out in December. Now, PC guys, of course, you guys don't really have this problem because this is all determined by your main set of, you know, hardware that you currently have. I mean, when you have a console, you have two processors, and one is your main one that kind of like what a PC does. You have your secondary one, which is kind of there for the backup stuff, you know, kind of what I've been talking about. And I imagine, or at least I hope, that when December comes, you know, and the new generations drop, granted, I will be buying both on day one. I'm going to have both of them no matter what because, well, I want them. I guess that sounds kind of bad. But, you know, I don't know. I want to experience them. I want to use the best possible software and hardware currently out for 2013. And when the next generation of consoles come out, I mean, I imagine a lot of people will have my outlook. Granted, not everyone's going to be able to buy them day one, and not a lot of people are going to, you know, be buying both, but, you know, whatever. We'll go from that standpoint onward. But anyway, guys, that's really about it. I just wanted to talk about the transition period for that. I mean, granted, we're going to continue on with the statements, but, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what Microsoft and Sony do, because I imagine that the hardware side of it is going to be pretty extensive. Now, to jump into my main concern. As you guys know, Battlefield 4 has been released, or, you know, announced, I guess is the word I want to use, for the Xbox 360. I don't know if it's for the PlayStation 3, I would imagine, because I think the PlayStation 3 has better hardware anyway inside of it. It's just a little harder to, one, program for, and two, it's a little harder to get those graphics to come out because of the architecture that's currently in the PlayStation 3. Now, what does this mean? Well, I'm a little concerned why Battlefield would want to release it for the 360. And my statements will be for the 360 only on this because I didn't do any research on the PlayStation side of it. I imagine if it's coming out on the 360, it'll come out on PlayStation 3, but I could be wrong. I would imagine, you know, Sony and DICE would want to maximize on the profits because that's just kind of what corporations do. I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, if you had a chance to get a couple more zeros behind your number, I'm pretty sure we would all do it. I would do it as well. But anyway, what I'm really trying to get at, guys, is that Battlefield 4 supposedly, or announced, I guess, by DICE, is going to be releasing for the 360, or the Xbox 360, and that's a little concerning considering that Battlefield 3 was released for the consoles, no problem there, but it already ran at a smaller map size, a smaller frame rate. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, anyone that's played the console side of Battlefield, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's nothing new. Anyone that's on PC, you know, probably don't imagine what the difference is. I mean, you imagine probably there's jets on every single map, and the anti-air, and Narsh Canals is awesome on Rush and Conquest, but that's just not how it works out. But You know, I was a little conflicted to why they would do that. I imagine if the new generation of consoles uphold a higher player count, I imagine that the old gen will not. I imagine there'll be a cap level, kind of what they did for the PC versus console side of it. And I guess that's really about it. I don't know, I'm just kind of conflicted. I don't know why you wouldn't have two of the biggest titles for 2013 releasing all in December. I mean, I know that would be a very competitive rivalry battle, but let's be honest, like, why would Call of Duty need to come out on the new gen? I mean, they don't need to make their game for it, because it's going to run on the 360 just fine, and it's going to run on the, the next gen just perfectly fine as well. And there's no problem there. I mean, there's no reason to uphold, but Battlefield, a game that requires so much extensive hardware and software into your, current system, it's going to require a lot, and to, make it for the Xbox 360, maybe not the smartest thing to do, but we'll see. I mean, I have faith in DICE. I mean, obviously they made great games in the past, and Battlefield 3 in my eyes was a pretty good success. It kept me held on for about 30 days of game time, so definitely I've enjoyed my time in it. I mean, there's no problems in that category, and I don't imagine a lot of you guys probably have a very aggressive outlook on Battlefield either, but, I don't know, guys. That's about really it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot I can dissect. I mean, you have another really cool games coming out. I think that Mad Dogs games comes out this year or something like that on the next gen consoles. A lot of the graphical games that we've been seeing from trailers, a lot of the announcements from Sony and stuff like that for the PlayStation 4. I look pretty forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I imagine a lot of people are really gearing up for it. I could just imagine that the next gen is going to be bringing some crazy heat. I mean, just in software alone and hardware, it's a pretty extensive thing. Granted, PC guys, I know your guys' stuff is still better, but obviously PC will always be ahead of the game, and at least graphics and that kind of thing. I mean, maybe for the luxurious part, like the whole relax, be able to sit on the couch thing, PC's probably not doing too great in that category, because it's a lot more of a different platform. You're constantly sitting in a chair, while, some people like to sit on the couch and, snuggle and do all that other weird stuff. I mean, not snuggle as in, snuggle with another partner, but, you can kind of position yourself, relax, you can kind of lay on your side or upside down or whatever your formula is. Granted, I don't know if I'd go with the upside down one, because that rushes a lot of blood to your head, but, you can do what you so wish. But anyway, guys, I guess that's really about it. I would like to know what you guys think. I would like to know if you guys are excited for which games are coming out this year. I mean, you got the new Call of Duty. I don't know, a lot of speculation has commented saying it's going to be, Ghosts, and I don't know how I feel about that. Granted, I think you guys know how I feel about Call of Duty in general, so there's not really a whole lot to discuss there. But as for the Battlefield side of it, I am concerned, I guess, and that's a good reason. I mean, I kind of want the best for DICE. I don't want them to look at it like, oh man, we can add a couple more zeros by releasing it on an old console. Granted, not enough people are going to upgrade day one, but that's just kind of how it is. But guys, that's really about it for the discussion. I would like to see what you guys have to say. I presume a lot of you guys will have an impact, and more or less, I guess that's the main gist of the commentary. I imagine that I'll be uploading a couple more videos as this week progresses, and more or less, I will get the playthrough stuff going for you guys. But till then, guys, I'm going to sign off a little bit early. Hopefully you guys enjoy the end of the game, and this is NMO, and I'll be signing off, guys. Peace.
UAV inbound. Operation complete. Nice job, grunts.
That's another kill.